Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. Just finished my watering for the day, which was basically everything except the cooler, shadier set and the cymbidiums, because they're on a different run. Although that's basically pots, I also did the mounts while I had the suitable amount of feed on the go, so they got done. I've shuffled quite a few things round. All of my Cattleya types are now over here, apart from one which is in bloom, which is the radiata. So on this shelf up here now, we've got Cattleya types, the Brassicas, the Vanda and the Renanthera, and there are a few Oncidiums up here, up away from the brightest light, but still in good light, that are not in bud, they're in growth. Technically speaking, these are Cattleya types, Prosthechias. They come into that set. My infundibulum has finally finished blooming. It started in February. It's August. That's pretty good going. So both of my black hair types are now over here, which is where they live. I moved my 3 zygos from 2 different places over this side to down here. So I've got 2 on the top shelf there, and the very large one, the species, on the bottom floor with that ridiculous dendrobium. I'm still not sure why I keep it. It doesn't look very elegant, and it's never bloomed. It's grown many new growths. It's currently growing another one. Great big new growth, but it's never bloomed. It matures the growths and just doesn't bloom. So that's what I've done over this side. And then Hibiki has come out where we can see it. So, and there's actually quite a few blooms coming on this. There's a very large cluster down here, but we've got some higher up, some of the canes as well, which was sort of spread the load out. So I brought that there. That meant moving everything that was there, which was basically my Miltoniopsis, so I just moved them up one. That in fact makes them a little bit more shaded, because obviously this is a dense shelf, you know, quite large pots and big strappy leaves, so there's not a huge amount of light comes down through there. So these are in a more shaded position now. It's especially important for this one. So that's that. None of the Coelogenes have moved, or the Masdevallias, Dracula, that sort of stuff. All these are myodonts down here. Derek's plants up there, they got watered. Now up here, some of the Oncidiums and the Prosthechias that were up here have all been moved over the other side, but 2 Oncidium types came over here. As a consequence of these just poking up out of the blue that I didn't even know were there. And this one over here has got 3 spikes. It's just an Oncidium. I don't know which one it is. Like this one, it's an Oncidium hybrid, but until it opens I didn't know which one, so I couldn't mark my notes down as in bud or anything. So the only Prosthetia left over here now is the radiata, which is because it's in bloom. The 2 Brassica types are over here, the Shilob Marie, this one, and the one behind with the 2 spikes coming on. All my Nobile types are clustered here now, and I've got a couple of other dendrobiums here. I've got a Speciosum and a Berioda stuck on the end there. So yeah, moved a bit of stuff around. And tomorrow I water the cooler, shadier set. That set has got a lot bigger than it used to be. I've still got the same number of Restrepias, which are not growing particularly well this year. They just don't like the heat. I've got there's 2 up there and the 2 little ones that are Hannah's here, although she'll never have those back. And then there's a couple down here. And this shelf has obviously got bigger as time's gone on. There's not really room for any more on that shelf, on the grounds that the plants will start shading each other they get too tightly packed, then they're not getting enough light down around the base. So we might have to expand. I mean, that collection is Draculas and Masdevallias. That is liable to expand. Doubt if that's fixed at that point. So I may have to find somewhere else to put some of those. My Peonies, they're all along the back there, along the back of that shelf. That's where they live. Yeah, and that's about it. Mounts are in two places. Those get the brighter light up there, and the rest of the mounts here, some are dendrobiums, some are oncidiums. There's Miltonias on there as well. So there's a bit of a mix. I mean, this Twinkle was planted up on a mount because it was failing. As you can see, not very happy, but lovely strong new growth on this piece. The other two pieces down here, they've both got new growth, so that's pulling on okay. This Miltonia, without looking it up, I can't remember which one it is, but new growths again. Not produced new roots yet. The same with this one. This is the Flavescens that came from Insa. Well, it didn't come from Insa, but he organised it. We do have a new shoot coming out of the base here. I need roots on that. Still hasn't got any. And then all the rest are dendrobiums of one thing or another. I can never remember what they all are. I know what this one is. That is Dendrobium nobile, the species. It's the variety Cooksoniana, but that's the nobile species there. I can't remember what on earth the rest are. So anyway, that's what I've been up to today. As I was watering, stuff from here that needed to move, I basically took in the lounge once I'd watered it, because obviously I didn't want to put it back here, and I needed to clear stuff off where it was going to go. So quite a bit swapped from there to there and vice versa, plus some things that were over there ended up here. So yeah, moving stuff around. Now tomorrow, what is today? Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. I told you about the saga last time I went to pick Hannah up, where my debit card chip was damaged and I couldn't pay. A real saga that turned into. It's turned into a bigger saga. I ordered a new card, 3 to 5 working days. Well, I gave them 7 and it still hadn't turned up. So I contacted them via the live chat. So you start off with a bot, and that can't handle detailed questions, so you have to wait and get a real person, which would have been nice if I'd got that in the first place. But anyway, I explained the situation and they said, basically it sounds like that card's been lost in transit, so they immediately blocked it and have sent me a new one. And I thought, oh God, that means I can't pay for anything now. But the original card with the damaged chip still works for online payments because it's no card present transactions. Those still work, and that card hasn't been touched. They haven't blocked it. So I think I'm still okay, because I've got a home shop arriving tomorrow, and they take the payment when they pick the goods, basically. So once the goods have been, you know, trade up and everything ready to go on the van, then they take the payment. Well, I don't know what happens if the payment fails. We might have to wait and see. I don't think it will, quite honestly. So right, I was hoping I was going to get away with not watering today. We had a lot of rain yesterday. Look at the sorry state of that buddleia. It's really badly drooped, so I'm now going to have to go out and get the watering can out. I was hoping to get away with that today. It was all right till the sun came out just now, but I can't leave that like that. I know plants naturally droop to conserve water, but for the size of the bush, that's in quite a small pot. So obviously nowhere near enough rain to keep that one going. So that's the next job, and yes, I will see you next time. Thanks for dropping by. Now, I'm potentially out on Sunday going to a bonsai fair, which is an open air event in a field. Now, at the moment, the forecast says rain for Sunday. Now, I'm not sure what I'll do, because it's unlikely to be continuous rain. It's more likely to be a shower now and again, which I can put up with. You know, I can take my coat with a hood, and there's plenty of marquees and tents and things that people set up with their trees in. Not everything's out in the open, so there would be places to shelter, and I can always nip back to the car and sit in the car if it rains. So I might still go, even if it's forecast to be wet, but I need a bit more detail of how wet. If it's going to be solid rain all day long, then I won't go. But I will check that forecast tomorrow on Saturday and get a more detailed version. If I'm going to be out all day, as promised, I will film the Sunday chat tomorrow so that it can be there for Sunday. That's rather than leaving it to Monday, which just doesn't work. If I film it on Saturday, it will be there for Sunday. I know there are quite a few people who just come to the channel for that Sunday chat on Sunday, and if it's not there on Sunday, they don't bother. So it's quite important for me and those people to do it that way around. So but I won't know whether I'm going out on Sunday until probably the last minute. So filming it Saturday overrides a potential problem. So whether I go or not, the video's already done. So it's got to be worth doing it that way around. So yes, I will see you next time, and some spidery nonsense to end on, brassica type. The real brassicas, the petals and sepals can be 4 or 5 inches long. You know, you can end up with an 8-inch bloom, you know, 4 inches up and 4 inches down. Not necessarily a large lip, but you know, the nickname spider orchids is very apt when you see some of the actual species. But this is effectively an intergeneric, but it's got a good amount of brassica in it. And this is well, it's Shelob Marie. The first name is one of these made up genus names because something got reclassified and it had to be redone, and they had to think up a new name, and it's a stupid name and I can't remember it as a consequence. But anyway, pretty blooms.